Otan from Nerdimations, and today I'm going to continue this series. Now, in the first video, go watch the first video. I got this comment. I did not copy Addis, bro. And I have two massive pieces of evidence to prove why. First, I created this project at a year ago, before I even had heard of Addis Pro. I do know him because I recently watched a video where someone animated his entire or What If I Redid Civilization series, which was pretty cool. But I came up with this idea all on my own, and also, I created these countries based off of actual countries mostly, and that existed. So, I'm pretty sure that I you shouldn't need to think that I copied Addis Pro. I didn't. But anyways, let's begin. My first introduction is the Amazons. A new nation is formed in Morocco. They mostly profit off of the trade of gold from gold gold from the western parts of Africa, and salt from northern parts of Africa, which makes them quite a bit of money. And next is the Mayan Confederation. They also exist to profit off of trading, but they also want to protect each other, formed by a few kings who were getting sick of being raided by the other Mayan tribes, and so they conquered them. About 10 years later. By the way, it's about 2500 BC-ish. Next, there's a new development in the Indus River Valley civilization. You may ask, Oten, what is it? What is it? Well, we have a new kingdom, India. They named themselves off of the Indus River, and they also got the name from the Mesopotamians taking the name of Indus, and then the Indians took back the name Indus and turned it to India. Just don't ask. Meanwhile, Babylon goes back for conquest, because that just seems to be a knack for them. And now, bam, big empire. So then quickly we go and almost cook Phoenicia as a side quest. Now we have another country, the Hittites. There's a good chance I added the Hittites before, but if I didn't, they're and they're here to stay. Yeah, I probably added the Hittites before. And here they are, Hittites. The only thing they've done for now is I'll just keep the Babylonians out. Meanwhile, a new dynasty, the Shao dynasty. I'm just making random Chinese dynasty names, okay? Just go with it. takes overthrows the first Chinese government. I just realized that you could barely notice the change in color. But there is a change in color, I promise you. Now we have bigger China. The Mediterranean and begins to start popping. Thanks to the Phoenicians doing a bit of trickery by spreading all their people anywhere and everywhere they can find. This random place in Tunisia, awesome. That random place in Italy, that's just as good. These random islands in the middle of the Mediterranean, that's even better. And they basically just casually be taking everything. Meanwhile, we also have the Minoans, our first European nation. And now I know that the Minoans weren't one single country. And we're going to represent them as one single country. Because I don't know the difference in parts of Minoa. Ahem. Meanwhile, further east, Babylon is quickly be finished off by the Hittites. Who decided they needed to take a hit on this mass destruction of empires thing. And and soon they get into a fight with Egypt over who should have what. After they've basically divided the entire known world between them, or at least the entire known world they knew. Because and that world is only going to get more countries with the kingdom of the Nordic Chico. They are barely even known at all, mostly because almost no one is near them. They're mostly an isolationist this country. Right? They don't intervene to expand, and they don't do anything with the local old lords of other tribes in the region. They just chill, and I respect them for that. Meanwhile, in North America, the stuff is brewing. You see, recently the Chickasaw realized that the Mayans existed. I know, such an insane realization. And they went and took our Louisiana coast as quickly as they physically could, to make sure that they could start trading. This got the Osage really annoyed, and they also didn't want to mine goods was flooding Osage markets that made the Osage money. And so first they went and destroyed a ton of their neighbors, and second, they decided to declare war on the Chickasaw. Now the Osage Chickasaw War would be one of the first wars of the New World, or in this case, is the American world. Quickly, the Chickasaw saw that they would probably be destroyed by the much bigger Osage, and so they called up other nearby tribes, specifically the specifically the Cherokee. Now the Cherokee were more than interested in massive expansion, so they quickly did some massive expansions. invading everyone they knew. Yeah. And also sending aid to the Chickasaws. It was this aid that ultimately allowed the Chickasaws to be able to win the Osage Chickasaw War. In the treaty, these territories were ceded to the Chickasaw Nation. Yeah, but the Cherokee might have been a little annoyed. Why, when the Chickasaw all said that their gods were the reason that they won the war. Totally not totally not the Cherokee, who supplied them with basically all their food and weaponry. Hmm, it's not very nice. And we go now. So and now, thank you. I hope you enjoy. Remember, this is not an Addis Pro copy, and make sure to thank your friends once you if you do something for them. This is it. This is Nerdimations, and I'm out.